Croatia is a beautiful country and it is visited by about 20 million tourists a year. And many of these people fall in love with Croatia. Over 20 years, I've realized that there are what I call 3 stages of learning for foreigners in Croatia: love, hate, and Nirvana. And maybe 90% of people who come to Croatia, maybe even more, are in that love phase. This is a beautiful country to come for a 2-week holiday, for the culture, for the beaches, for the sun, for the food, for the wine. It's the nature, it's amazing. And that is the impression that most tourists and most foreigners that come. And then you have 7% or so that decide they want to stay here and to live here because the lifestyle is so amazing. And so they come and they start businesses, they get into the daily grind and the bureaucracy and everything else, and they get really frustrated. One of the common things people say here is that Croatia is a fantastic place for a 2-week holiday, but it's a nightmare for living. I totally disagree with that, but only because I've been through the whole process and I've got to stage 3. And so you have a lot of these foreigners at stage 2 that completely start to hate Croatia because of the bureaucracy, the corruption, everything else, and they leave. And then you have what I call stage 3, Nirvana, and not so many foreigners get this far. This is basically people who make their peace with Croatia and they accept certain things, a little bit like the prayer. Accept the things you cannot change, have the courage to change the things you can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And so for me, I equate dealing with the corruption and the nepotism in Croatia a little bit like being an alcoholic in Norway. People live in Norway because of a fantastic lifestyle and so on, but the reality is a beer in Norway costs 10 euros and a beer in Croatia costs 2 euros. So if you're an alcoholic, come to Croatia. But they want to stay there and they're happy to pay the alcohol tax because they want to have the lifestyle of Norway. And in the same way, I would say in Croatia, accept the things you cannot change, pay the uhljeb tax, the corruption tax, make your peace with that, and then start to enjoy the lifestyle. And if you can do that, you really do have the keys to paradise.